impulsive decisions to analysis paralysis. We have a whole spectrum of how people think and do their home buying decisions. So we are going to discuss how one works against the other, how one compares against the other, and more important than ever, in today's market, it's very important to make your decision in a balanced way. So let's talk. So we always see some people go to the market, just find something, and the fear of missing out makes them feel that, oh, if I don't buy this today, I'm not going to get it tomorrow. And that fear of missing out compels them into buying something. They may regret the decision afterwards, or it might just work out fine. Like sometimes when the market is very bad or the timing is bad and the market is at the peak, and then you jump in thinking that, oh, it's so bad, how will I get my next home when the market is at the peak? And then sure enough, in 6-8 months or 2 years, you find that the market has kind of given in. So there is that. And there are those people that keep watching the headlines. They keep reading news. They keep doing mega analysis, and they keep running spreadsheets on their side. These people never end up buying. When the market is going higher, they keep remembering the older prices, because every day they are seeing new prices. And when the market starts going lower, guess what they do? They think that there is more room to go down, more room to go down, and more room to go down. And then they miss out in anyways. So what that does is that the entire market just passes by. So now let's talk about impulsive buying. Impulsive buyers, or what the industry calls as fear of missing out, and they go on an impulse and buy. Maybe when the market becomes softer, if they bought it at the top of the cycle, they'll have a regret for some time. But guess what? They at least took the position, even at that top of the market. I've been one. I've bought my first home in 2000, and then 9/11 happened, market tanked. And then I was there looking at it. Does that do anything? No. In 2005, I sold that same property for 50% higher. So then guess what happened? The market was high, it went down, and it went up again, and I made my money. So that's how the markets work. So even if it is an impulsive buyer, so what would have been very good is I were to be able to time the market so well that instead of buying 2 years before, if I were to buy 2.5 years later, I would have bought it at the bottom. And then if that was at the bottom, I would have made not 100%, 50% return, but I would have made 75 or 80% return. Does that really matter? If I were to be that accurate, maybe. But do you always happen to be that accurate? I don't think so. And if you're not that accurate each time, then you should just take the position. Now on the flip side, let's think about an analysis paralysis person. He was there in 2000. He said, oh, I missed the entire rally from 95 to now. And then in 2000, he comes and he sees the market at its peak. Well, I always tell my clients that, you know what, when you buy the house, you'll always feel that it is at its peak. Nobody imagines the home values going forward at that same pace. What you do imagine or realize is that if you went 10 years ahead and then looked back at your home price, you would say, bam, I bought it for so cheap, I would not be able to afford it if it was at this price today. And that's what happens. But for those that do analysis paralysis, they would say, oh, 2000 market was at the peak. Nobody paid that much in the last 10 years or 20 years. And then in 2003, after 9/11, in 2002, the market collapsed. And then when the market collapsed, they start saying, oh, now it's the cycle. It's going to go down further. This is only the beginning. And then there is that popular saying, you want to catch the falling knife or falling sword, or do you think this is the bottom? And then they will stay out of the market. Guess what happened in 2004, 3 and 4? The interest rate started coming down. And when the interest rate started coming down, real estate started going up. And we saw the 2007 peak. We can keep discussing about cycles endlessly, but that's that. Now, given this dilemma, what is key? Given all this, the most important thing is you. The first and most important thing is, can I even afford anything? How much should I be able to buy? What is the right sized amount? And then focus on a small patch of zip codes or small area where that works for your commute, for your schools, for your living lifestyle, and just go nail down something. This is what I call as the ownership by design approach. And that approach is what we need to take. I have built my calculator, myhouser.com. Please feel free to take a peek at it. Right? So, you will be able to design your homeownership and then work with an agent who knows exactly how to help you by design. And that will put you ahead. So, now let's think what will happen if you bought one. So, always remember that time in the market is critical. Being in the market, bought a home 5, 10, 15 years, that is very critical. Timing the market, where you try to say, oh, now today is the lowest and I'm going to buy. That timing, like I just explained earlier about the people doing analysis paralysis, they will never be able to time the market. When it is high, it is too high for them. When it is low, it is too low for them, or not too low for them. And then in that case, they will never end up buying. And so, always remember that you go, think deep, get some good consultation, and set up your design. And once you are set up with your design, you should go and nail down your purchase. Not analysis paralysis, and neither should you be doing an impulse jump. I hope this was helpful. And if it was, please subscribe and share with your friends who are in one of those two modes, impulsive or analysis paralysis. See you on my next one. Bye.